Hello, Aswad here, and for today's training, I'm just gonna go through the table of content that I made yesterday, and this is the first project for my first ever released ebook, and I plan to release an ebook this year, maybe in July, I think, but I still haven't do the research, but I made some improvement by creating the table of content first, and I choose to be in plugin niche, or we can say the outsource niche, and I do have some experience outsourcing a plugin before, and I will take the knowledge from my experience and compile it into my new ebook that will be released in July. I hope so. So for today, I'm just gonna go through the table of content, and here I'm using the S-Mind, creating the mind map for my new ebook, and I haven't think of the title of the ebook yet, but let's say we're just gonna use the plugin outsource development for the temporary title for the ebook. And in the plugin outsource development, there will be a nice chapter divided into 8 chapters or more, but for the first chapter, I'm going to introduce you to the introductions. Basically, the introduction is where I can make the readers feel excited and what is this ebook is about, and also I'm just gonna reveal some point where they need to pay attention in the other chapters. Okay, that's all for the introduction, and then we're gonna go to the generate idea. In generate idea sections, I divide it into 4 categories or 4 options where you can get the idea creating a plugins. And for the first idea, I'm gonna go to the codecanyon.com.net, I think, and from there you can get the idea of creating new plugins. In Code Canyon, there are plugin WordPress plugin section, and also the JavaScript section and PHP section. I divide it into 3 different categories, and in plugin sections, of course, you can see the standard license and also the interface, also the demo by the seller, and the JavaScript section also has the same, but the JavaScript is basically manual. You must, if you bought the JavaScript product, you must edit yourself manually. And also the PHP section is the same as the JavaScript section, but different programming language. And I'm just gonna say here that not the seller didn't have to concentrate on plugin section only. They can also go to the JavaScript section and PHP section, because the WordPress plugin basically contain all the JavaScript and also the PHP section. So if you got some PHP script that is workable and you want to send it to WordPress plugin, then it is much more simpler than building it from scratch. And also for the second option, I'm gonna go to the WordPress plugin directory. You see, when you install a WordPress, you can go to the plugin, and from there you can access the WordPress plugin directory. There are lots of plugins out there, but you can say that plugin in the directory are rather complicated user interface, and you can see that the plugin are divided into star, and the user who use the plugin can vote for the plugin how much star that the plugin have. And in this section I will show them how to make a research with 5-star plugin, and from that you can see how the interface work and what you must have in your upcoming plugin to overcome the weakness of this 5-star free plugin. Also, I will show how to test drive the free plugin in an easy way. And the third option, I'm gonna go to the what is special offer, and here we're gonna search for top star plugin which has sold more than 1,000 times. So here you can see how that people who already developed a plugin made sales, and you will see the interface and how user friendly it is and how to make the same interface as them. Also, the lastly is ask Google kind of thing. All the idea you can get are from Google. Google really Mr. Know it how, and from Google you can search for the free plugins or free jQuery plugins and also free JavaScript. And you can see out there are people or developers who release open source their code, and you can use the open source code to create your own plugin. And that is the most simplest way to create your own plugin, and by taking the free source code you can limit your budget and your plugin creation will be less pricey than usual. And then we're gonna go to the third chapter, that is develop the flow, and in this chapter I'm gonna show you how to set your plugin features. We don't want to have your plugin to be feature creep and lots of feature, but user didn't even need that feature. We just need the plugin to have the most important feature and the core feature only. And then we're gonna go to the modeling concept, where how we gonna go through how we're gonna design the plugin and how we're gonna make the plugin look as professional and as six figures plugin style that is really good and people buy this kind of plugin. And also we're gonna pay 100% attention to on user interface. As I said before, user interface is really important, and for users who use the plugin we need to make the user feel comfortable, and the user doesn't need to read the manual to use a plugin. That is our goal for making a plugin. And then we're gonna go prepare a mockup. Basically, prepare a mockup is the designing things, and you can prepare a mockup by using the Photoshop, or you can using basic Excel to make the outline of the plugin. And then we're gonna go outsource all the work. By outsourcing all the work, yeah, I assume that you cannot build the plugin yourself, so we're gonna outsource all the work to the other platform, and there we're gonna search for programmers, and we're gonna define, test them, and then we're gonna hiring the programmer, and then we're gonna show how to proceed with the plugin development. And I think that's all for today. I'm gonna continue tomorrow. Thank you.